Hello, hello, and welcome to whatever this is. I am presently being bullied by my significant other to upload a video. So here I am. I am recording a video, and I do hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to be doing some talking, maybe with some added in sounds. Just some nice sounds to accompany the talking. And frankly, I don't know what I'll be talking about, because this whole thing just started as a bit of a joke. My rights to speak were revoked on a Discord server that a few friends of mine are on. And as a bit of a joke, I made a 1 minute long ASMR recording talking about how I had the right to speak again, and I was going to make it everyone else's issue. And then I sent it to my significant other, and he practically begged me to record a video and upload it to my channel. So here I am now, and we're going to try for a solid 20 minutes. But if we don't quite manage that, I'm sure it will be okay. I'm sure you'll forgive me. And I'm sure that the YouTube algorithm will not try to destroy me. Not yet. I have with me a box of Pocky. It is strawberry Pocky, and if you would like some, you are welcome to have some. I'll warn you, I don't think it's very good. It's been sitting out for a while. I think about a month. A couple of months. And that is because I prefer the cookies and cream, I believe it is, or the classic chocolate. However, I believe I had a green tea Pocky one time that was absolutely extraordinary. It was life-changing. My asthma went away. My acne was cleared. I didn't even have a farm, but my crops started growing. My hair started shining brighter than it ever has before. And I now no longer need glasses and purely wear them for aesthetic purposes. As you might be able to tell, I very much enjoyed the green tea Pocky. not so much tapping on the Pocky container so much as I am letting my fingers stick to it. They're a little bit sticky. I am a frog. I stick to everything. I am practically Spider-Man himself. That is right. I am Spider-Frog. Maybe Frog Man. I think I'll be Frog Man. I think I'd like to go back to the fabric sounds. I'm quite fond of the fabric sounds. Quite fond of the fabric sounds. Quite fond of the fabric sounds. Though I will say another sound I'm quite fond of has to be the sound of a console controller, such as the Xbox or the PlayStation, or perhaps even the old school Nintendo controllers. I think the sounds they make with the joysticks and the buttons, the many, many buttons, are quite pleasing to the ear. Also, I lied, I do need glasses still. I wear a pair of circular framed glasses, but presently they're beside me and I cannot reach them. So I'm forced to squint at my monitor to know what time it is. Presently I believe we're at the 5-hour mark. I'm only joking. We're about 8 minutes in, if that. Alright, what next? Should we do the buttons or the dice? Excellent choice, but I'm going to go with neither for now, to give you the illusion that I know what you said, and then I will come back to one randomly later. For now, I shall do a bottle filled with a small amount of liquid. I will not be using my nails for this. I have quite long nails, and I do paint those nails, usually only ever in black, but that's just because I'm an angsty emo child. I'm actually none of those things, come to think of it. I am not angsty, nor emo, nor a child. But I do enjoy the emo aesthetic, or the goth aesthetic, or the punk aesthetic, whatever you want to call it. I'm well aware those are all very different styles, but the aesthetic that I enjoy is sort of a bastardization and Frankensteining of all of them, with a sort of academia flair to it. Yes, indeed, I have no set style. It's always changing. It always will change. And I don't like to use my fingernails because it makes a very loud sound to me. My fingertips make very soft sounds, but my fingernails tend to leave a very loud, scratchy sound. If you enjoyed this in the slightest, please let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, if this was the worst ASMR you have ever heard, quite frankly, I'm sorry for ruining your day. I will send you a refund of your time back, so you won't feel like you spent it on nothing. I will even get you a receipt. That's right. I am no stinky time stealer. I refund the time I take that people don't want to have taken. And I am promptly interrupted by dogs and people, which is truly an unfortunate happenstance, but we will simply have to live. This is why you should never record ASMR around living beings. Just don't do it. It's much better to do ASMR in space, if you can afford to go to space. I should really go to space more often, honestly. I don't know why I don't. Space is so much better than Earth. There's far fewer living beings. And yes, that was living beings, not living beans. I've never been very fond of beans myself. Traitorous snakes, a lot of them. They'll sell you your own family members if they could. Thankfully, I bought insurance on my family, so if I ever lose them, then I can easily get replacements. I haven't lost them yet, but I like to think that the insurance dissuades evil beings from trying to kidnap my family. Would truly be very dreadful were I to lose my family due to a tragic bean kidnapping. And now, I believe you said earlier, when I asked you if you would prefer I do the dice first, or the buttons first, I believe you did give your answer. However, I have conveniently forgotten it, and definitely do not just have no idea what you said, so I'm going to go ahead and gently get the dice. This is a bag of dice. Not a bag of one die, or even two dice. There has to be at least 5 in here. Last I counted. show you. But sadly, it seems some unsavory gentleman has put whipped cream on your eyelids. And frankly, I just don't think I know you well enough to lick it off. So, it's probably best you keep your eyes closed for now. And don't worry about the whipped cream. I will find someone soon enough who you trust well enough, and you know well enough to come lick it off for you, because you know we cannot waste whipped cream. It would be scandalous. Simply scandalous. Alright. Now, for the final trigger for you all today. The final sound. It's the final count sound. Plastic bag full of buttons. Now, because of that very unfortunate whipped cream accident, you sadly cannot see these glorious buttons. However, I will take them out. Not all of them, just about. Let's say 5. In minute detail, with only the best of descriptions. That way you can really feel like you're staring at them yourself. And hopefully, you're getting some entertainment out of this. I hope this is something you're enjoying. And if any of these sounds in this lovely assortment are irritating to your eardrums or annoying to your audio sensors, please do let me know. I would hate to think that I went all this time not realizing that some people are made uncomfortable with the sound of one of these sounds I have made today. Now, with that out of the way, I will introduce you to our first button friend. This is a very small fellow. I'm naming him George, because I think you would agree, if you could see George, that he does does in fact look like George. He looks as if you could cup him in your hand and he would glow in the dark. Sadly, George does no such thing. Quite the traitorous little scamp. He is very fringe-shaped. He looks like your classic well-to-do button that would have your spawn home at a respectable hour after taking them to see a movie. He probably cries at rom-coms. Not the sad parts, the funny parts. He just can't help it. He just gets so emotional and he doesn't know how to let his feelings out. Such is the way of repressing one's emotions. Poor George. Thank you, George, for joining us today. I'll put you back in the baggie. We will go on to our next button. How about this? Quite large Madam Regina. She is large enough that I can tap with 2 fingers. Unlike with poor George, he was quite a small fellow. She is extremely curvaceous. A type of any man, if you will, when it comes to buttons. She's a hard worker, very clearly. She's got the eyebrows for it. She also is one of only 2 buttons we have today that has only 2 little holes. The other 3 all have 4 holes. So Regina's quite special. Regina believes in patriotism, but not toxic patriotism. That's how she looks to me. She's also got a strong jaw. I do enjoy a strong jaw and good eyebrows on a button. I hope that I'm doing an excellent job describing to you what these buttons look like. I hope that you really feel as though you're in the moment with me. Thank you for coming out today, Regina. And next, I think we should take a look at Franklin. This one looks like a Franklin to me. He's also quite large. I can use 3 whole fingers on his widest segment. Franklin is quite a special button. He's not round like George or Regina or the others. He, in fact, looks far more like what you might imagine a cat would look like if it donated blood to save an eagle. Yes, indeed, Franklin's quite a special one. He looks exactly like a cat would if it donated blood to save an eagle. He's also got quite a rustic look to him, as much as any plastic button might. I think he would be one of the founding fathers had he been born during that time. He just has that strong sense of justice within him. One day perhaps Franklin will become a firefighter or a doctor. Or perhaps he will offer affordable penicillin. Whatever it is you want to do, Franklin, I believe in you. I'll let you get back to your life now. Now, we have 2 more buttons, both of which are very, very, very handsome. I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to call it Cheese Wheel, because quite frankly it looks like a cheese wheel. If that cheese wheel had been genetically mutated. It's quite an unfortunate happenstance. I, for one, have never had the pleasure of seeing a genetically mutated cheese wheel. This one is quite a sturdy one. The cheese wheel has thoughts, deep thoughts about the universe, or what it should wear tomorrow. I've been lied to. Cheese wheel is not 1 button. Cheese wheel is 2 buttons that were wedged together, and my tapping caused the smaller button to fall directly onto the microphone. I apologize for that sudden cutoff. It was not intended, but, well, we're just going to set cheese wheel aside and deal with that later. We're going to go ahead and move on to our final button today, who I'm going to call Allegro, because I feel like Allegro has the desire to go fast. Allegro indeed does look like they go quite fast. Allegro has the appearance of perhaps a professional race car driver, or a delivery driver after 5 stops to the same house over and over again consecutively. Indeed, much like our dear friend Franklin, but not at all like our traitorous enemy Cheese Wheel, Allegro's going places. Cheese Wheel is also going places, but the places Cheese Wheel is going is to jail. Allegro's not going to jail, unless Allegro is caught speeding for the 9th time today. Indeed, Allegro, I know your secrets. You like to speed. Allegro goes 55 in a 50. Which, by the way, is a criminal offense for those of you who don't know how to drive yet. Okay, well, I'm going to stop this here before I continue on about baseless facts and incorrect statements. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that if you didn't fall asleep to this, that you at least got some entertainment. Goodbye for now. I will probably upload before next year. Maybe.